Hi guys, and it's Friday. Can't remember that song about Friday. So it seems like it's been a hot minute since I sat down and filmed an actual Friday video. So I still have absolutely awful hay fever. I do apologise guys. So if I sound a bit nasally, a bit funny, I'll stop, cough, splutter, sneeze or blow snot bubbles at you. That is why. A lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video on my brush collection. I have a lot. You guys wanted me to go through all my brushes and tell you what I use each brush for and just give you a bit of an insight into the world of how many brushes I have to clean a week. So if that is something that you're interested in and that is something that you'd like to see, then please stick around. Okay, so first off we'll talk about this pot that I bought. This pot is from IKEA. Everybody has these pots. If you see anyone doing beauty related things on YouTube, they have these pots, whether they put plants in them, which is actually the intention of them. I went to IKEA trying to find these pots all over like the storage section, the beauty section and all of that stuff, and I could not find these pots. Got into the gardening section, the plant pots. I would never think of that. I have a lot of brushes. I have a lot of brushettes. A lot of brushettes. I have a lot of brush sets. I have the unicorn brushes, I have Real Tip Ink brushes, Primark brushes, and just odd ones that I've got in glossy boxes, birch boxes, deals, things like that. I have a lot of brushes. Okay, first off we'll start with my unicorn brushes collection. I freshly cleaned all my brushes apart from a couple that I used this morning, but these are my unicorn brush set. I absolutely love these. I did a whole video on these which I will link below for you guys, so if you want to check out a really full in-depth review of these brushes then just go to that. These are from eBay. These are obviously not the original unicorn brushes that everyone went bananas for. These are just like a different style of them. I love these. These are super good. Okay, so these two are the same brushes pretty much. They are very similar, just different colours. So basically I don't really have a set use for these. I just tend to use these for knocking away baking or just dusting powder off and things like that. They are not for a set makeup item, they are just sort of general multi-use. This is the brush that I use for contouring. It is this sort of shape and then I just use that to go up my cheeks this way, so flat on like that, and then to blend I turn it round like that. This is the brush that I use as one of my highlight brushes. If I want a strong highlight I will reach for this brush. I kind of like the angle of it and I will turn it so it's like that, so like that on the face, and I will just sweep upwards and that's all I tend to do along there, as you can see. These two are my eyeshadow brushes. So one of these I use for inner corner highlight, so I have like bright highlighters in that corner, which is what I use one of these for, and then the other one I use as a darker pigment colour, so I'll go in and I'll just go on the outer corners and sort of blend it a tiny bit, then go in with a big fluffy blending brush. Okay, so the next set I have are my eBay Real Technique brushes. These brushes are my favourite brushes. They are phenomenal. They are the softest, nicest, best brushes in the world and I love them. And I'm going to repurchase some more because I kind of just want to ditch quite a lot of the ones I have already and just switch to these because they are I can't. They are just so good. eBay, I think I paid like £6-7 quid for all of these including postage, and they are stunning first off and just amazing, and I imagine mimic the actual ones very well. So this brush again is an eyeshadow brush. This I tend to use as an all over lid colour brush really, and just go on the lid and then go in with a big fluffy blending brush to sort of even that out. This is my big fluffy blending brush that I use. I love this one. It literally just all over the place and just blend. It is perfect for blending. It is super fluffy, as you can see, and it just works wonders in blending that eyeshadow and making it look I say natural. I don't think anyone with bright blue or pink eyes eyeshadow is natural, but you know what I mean, so it naturally looks like it's a gradient as opposed to just blocks of colour. What were we even talking about? Oops, not bubble. This is my other contour brush. As you can see, very similar to the first one but just a lot more dense. Again, contour brush, and then I just sort of pat down my cheek like so, and then blend going the other way. This, it was my contour brush. As you can see by the shape of it, it's quite useful for contouring, but I don't really have a use for this one anymore, because as I said, I switched to this one here for contouring. So this is just kind of a brush that I may use. I mean, I could use it for foundation, I don't. Okay, this brush here I use if I have an eyeliner that is in a pot. And I will use that to put on eyeliner. It's quite thick, but I do like my eyeliner quite thick. You could use this as a brush for shadow liner if you chose to use eyeshadow as a liner, possibly even an eyebrow brush. I don't really use this that often. I tend to like the felt tip liners, but it's nice to have just in case. This one, as you can see, I've used this today. This one is my blush brush. I love this one. It's the perfect size for my cheeks, as you can see, and it's just so lovely to put on blush with. It's super soft, and I just, oh, love that one. This is my powder brush, big fluffy powder brush, and just go on with my loose powders to set the face, or just to add a bit of colour to the face. These are fantastic for that. Okay, so this is my Primark brush, super affordable, fantastic brush. If you haven't tried out the Primark brushes, go. They are really good. Super fluffy. As you see, there's loads of powder coming off that. This is what I use for baking or setting powder, and I'll just go all over the face to set it and brush away baking powder like with the others, but I tend to go towards this one. It just is so much easier to just wipe away things and set with another powder. This is what I sometimes use as a highlight brush. This is part of an old set. I threw away all the other brushes from that and kept this one because I really enjoy this one. I use that as a highlight brush sometimes if I want more of a subtle highlight, and I just sort of fan it on like so. Okay, this is a Blank Canvas Cosmetics brush, F20. I got this in a subscription box. It is a kabuki, and I use this for liquid foundation sometimes if I'm going to use a brush. You guys know I love my Real Technique sponge. I use that every day, but if I feel like switching it up, going back and trying it, this is the brush I'll use to apply my foundation. It's okay, it works very well as a brush, but like I said, I don't think I've ever found a brush that works quite as well as my Real Technique sponge. This is the Spectrum brush that I got in a subscription box. It is the C06. I love this brush. If I go traveling, this is the brush that I take. I will take this and this fluffy branding brush. Because of the shape of the brush, I use sort of the flat side to put all over my lid colour, and then I'll use the tip to put in a darker colour, and then you can use this to go and blend that all, but I do prefer to just have an extra brush, this my Old Faithful, to just blend everything out. But this is my perfect travelling companion that I take in my makeup bag if I'm doing my makeup elsewhere, or if I'm going on hollybobs. This is what I take to do my makeup and eyeshadow with, because it's just so good. Now we are moving on to one of the first brush sets that I ever got. These are not fantastic, I must say. I much prefer my other ones, but it's good to have other brushes in your repertoire. I do use these. I do go back in and use a couple of them sometimes, but generally I just stick to the ones that I've shown you. First off, we have a lip brush. I never use lip brushes. I am terrible for that. I hate using lip brushes. On myself, anyway. On other people, yes, I use lip brushes. Me personally, I hate lip brushes. I hate them. So I've never really used this. Okay, this is a brush that I've clearly never used. It's still in its little cellophane packaging. I've never used it. I don't intend to use it. It just, yeah. It's basically just a little flat brush like so. You can maybe apply concealer under the eye with this. Like I said, this brush set isn't fantastic. I'll show you all of these at once actually. They all have the same purpose. All of these brushes here I use as under eyeshadow brushes, or adding a little bit of more pigment, but mainly it's just under eyeshadow brushes. I have quite a few of these because sometimes I like to create multi-dimensional colours in which I'll have, you know, darker shades toward the outside and getting lighter as you go in, so I'll need different brushes for that. So that's what I use these for, pretty bog standard brushes. Ah, the humble spoolie. The spoolie brush, which I just tend to go through with my brows. It's old, decrepit, disgusting. It's, I need a new one. But I've had this since forever and I don't want to part with it. It's so good. Okay, so the next one out of this set is this one. This is the biggest brush that there is. This is what I use as a foundation brush to put my foundation on. So for example, Estee Lauder Double Wear does not have a pump or anything like that. So I'll use this brush to sort of put it all over my face and then go in with my Real Technique sponge or go in with that kabuki brush that I showed you earlier. I won't use this to blend at all. This is merely just to put the product on my face. This brush I use as a contour brush for my nose, or if I want to go for a really, really sharp contour, then down here to and then blend. But mainly I use this for my nose as a contour brush. As you can see, it is super thin. This brush here, which is clean but extremely stained, I use this as a concealer brush for my eyebrows. So I will go in and add concealer to the tops and bottoms of my eyebrows. I've not done this today, to sort of really make sure those lines are straight and looking on point. But I have to say, I don't really do that often. This brush here is what I use to put highlight sort of on my nose and on my cupid's bow, and these two don't really have a purpose. They're just stray bristles. They just sort of sit about. I don't really use them for anything. I kind of use this sometimes to sort of blend the contour on my nose, but generally not really. And this one I don't think I've ever used. It would be quite good as an eyeshadow brush, sort of for pinpointing outer corner colour and things like that, but generally, again, I don't use these. Okay, so we've gone through all my brushes and we talked a little bit about what I use each brush for and how I use them. But one of the things I did want to share with you guys is how I take care of my brushes and how I clean them. It's something that I really struggled with for a long time, trying to find the best things to clean my brushes with and still keep them looking new. I have had these Real Technique brushes for over a year now and they still look as new as the day that I got them. I mean, obviously they have a little bit of wear and tear, but generally they look brand new and they've still kept the colour in them and there are no stains. So I spent money on proper brush cleaners and proper tools to do this with, and spent a lot of money trying to find higher end soaps and higher end liquid cleansers and non-paraben, non-whatever in everything. I'm not explaining this well. Just trying to find things that A, would not irritate my eyes because I have very sensitive eyes, and B, would actually clean my brushes properly. And after a long time I was literally just at my wit's end. I watched a YouTube vlog of Gabby, if you've seen her, Gabriella. In the vlog that she was doing, she was cleaning her brushes and she just poured in Johnson's baby shampoo. That's all it was. I thought, I'm gonna try that. Johnson's baby shampoo, super cheap. It cleans my brushes so freaking well. So, but obviously it's quite oil based. There's, they used to have the advert, you know, no more tears. Oh, it still says it on it, so yeah, they still have the advert, no more tears. So it's perfect for cleaning your eye brushes with, your makeup brushes with. So I'll fill up my sink with quite hot water, not too hot, but quite hot. And then I'll pour quite a bit of this in and I'll just let it soak for 5 minutes or so, and then I will use this little product here. You will have seen this in my monthly favourites because it's something I rediscovered again. This is the brush egg. I paid 99p for this on eBay. It's basically this little egg that you stick your fingers up in like so, and then it has these edges and bumps and things like that you rub your brush in and it gets all the dirt out. So this combo makes my brushes look new every single time. I do use quite a bit of this, I will say, and that's the same for my Real Technique sponge. I will literally just pour this on it and then just sort of, you know, really massage it in, then put it in the water, then massage, then put it in the water and add more if need be. So yes, I use a lot of this, but again, it's, you know, for sensitive skin and it's cheap. This little thing is absolutely fantastic. It really does clean your brushes. And that is basically what I do. And then when I'm finished, I will just go to my bed, put out my hair towel or like a small towel and just put each brush on with a big gap between them and just leave them for the rest of the day. The way my bedroom is situated, my bed is near the window, so I just have the curtains open and the sun comes in beautifully and just, you know, dries them really quickly. And by the time, you know, I go to shut all the curtains and everything, I can just pick them all up, they're all dry, and then plonk them back in this. Okay guys, so that's it. That is my brush collection, what I use them for and how I take care of them. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and you guys have been asking for it, so I hope that it helped you out. It gave you some inspiration on what to use your brushes for, and also gave you some information on how to clean them. If you have any questions about the brushes that I use, or if you have any questions about brushes in general or care for brushes, then comment below and let me know. If you're new here, then don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down below and hit the little notification bell, and that way you'll be updated every single time I upload a new video, and I make new videos every single day. If you're on social media, then follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat, or Beenafish. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys, on this wonderful, beautiful, sunny Friday. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.